Osprey, Pandion haliaetus, 21.3 to 22.8 inches, 54 to 58 centimeters. Unique among North American raptors for its diet of live fish and ability to dive into water to catch them, ospreys are common sights, soaring over shorelines, patrolling waterways, and standing on their huge stick nests with white heads gleaming. These large, rangy hawks do well around humans and have rebounded in numbers following the ban on the pesticide DDT. Hunting ospreys are a picture of connection, diving with feet outstretched and yellow eyes sighting straight along their talons. Ospreys are very large, distinctively shaped hawks. Despite their size, their bodies are slender, with long, narrow wings and long legs. Ospreys fly with a marked kink in their wings, making an M shape when seen from below. It is smaller than a bald eagle and larger and longer winged than a red-tailed hawk. Ospreys are brown above and white below, and overall they are whiter than most raptors. From below, the wings are mostly white with a prominent dark patch at the wrists. The head is white with a broad brown stripe through the eye. Juveniles have white spots on the back and buffy shading on the breast. Ospreys search for fish by flying on steady wing beats and bowed wings, or circling high in the sky over relatively shallow water. They often hover briefly before diving feet first to grab a fish. You can often clearly see an osprey's catch in its talons as the bird carries it back to a nest or perch. Look for ospreys around nearly any body of water: salt marshes, rivers, ponds, reservoirs, estuaries, and even coral reefs. Their conspicuous stick nests are placed in the open on poles, channel markers, and dead trees, often over water. The osprey is the only hawk on the continent that eats almost exclusively live fish. In North America, more than 80 species of live freshwater and saltwater fish account for 99% of the osprey's diet. Captured fish usually measure about 6 to 13 inches in length and weigh 1/3 to 2/3 of a pound. The largest catch on record weighed about 2.5 pounds. On very rare occasions, ospreys have been observed feeding on fish carcasses or on birds, snakes, voles, squirrels, muskrats, and salamanders. Ospreys probably get most of the water they need from the flesh of their prey, although there are reports of adults drinking on hot days. Ospreys require nest sites in open surroundings for easy approach, with a wide, sturdy base and safety from ground predators such as raccoons. Nests are usually built on snags, treetops, or crouches between large branches and trunks. On cliffs or human-built platforms, usually the male finds the site before the female arrives. Resident to long-distant migrant, most ospreys that breed in North America migrate to Central and South America for the winter, with migration routes following broad swaths of the eastern, interior, and western U.S. A few ospreys overwinter in the southernmost United States, including parts of Florida and California. Ospreys have high-pitched whistling voices. Their calls can be given as a slow succession of chirps during flight or as an alarm call, or strung together into a series that rises in intensity and then falls away, similar to the sound of a whistling kettle taken rapidly off a stove. This second type of call is most often given as an unfamiliar osprey approaches the nest. As the perceived threat increases, the call can build in intensity to a wavering squeal. Whenever you're trying to find this bird, look for near open water with an abundant supply of fish and listen for the osprey's whistling or chirping calls overhead, or look for this bird's distinctive flight profile and heavy wing beats. From spring into fall, a boat or raft on a lake or river can provide an especially good vantage point. Scan the treetops and other high spots along the shore for perched adults and unity stick nests piled atop a platform, pole, or snag out in the open. And now you know that the osprey is a super sea hawk and a master at fish hunting.